My tea's stone cold, I'm wondering why I got out of...
All right, we're here with legend. If you don't know about this guy, you're about to find out. One of the jewel in Texas. Coach, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Johnny Bedford, UFC vet, Ultimate Fighter, season 14, two-time bare-knuckle boxing world champ, coaching a wrestling team here in Fort Worth, Texas. Always come to Amarillo every year, my favorite tournament in Texas. Yeah, just happy to be here.
Awesome, awesome. So I really want to let people get to know you a little bit because it's so freaking awesome to have somebody like yourself doing this, because it grows wrestling and it helps. You know, you're doing great things. So tell us a little bit about how you got into wrestling as a kid.
I was lucky. I grew up in Ohio, so kind of a mecca, good state to be in. And Dad started me when I was 5. My brother was 3. It seemed like my life's youth was based around wrestling. My parents, all the vacations were based around wrestling, and just honestly really blessed because of it, because wrestling is what got me to the stages in my MMA career and everywhere else because of wrestling. Without it, I don't think I would have been anywhere near what I did. So,
where'd you go to college at, and how'd you do there?
I wrestled Division I in college at Cleveland State University. I only wrestled 2 years, kind of a knucklehead, young and dumb. But yeah, it was an honor, and 2 years at Cleveland State was amazing, honestly.
Is that how you jumped in from college wrestling straight to MMA?
Yeah, this was in the Wild West, man. 2003, I think, was my first MMA fight. I don't think there was athletic commissions or anything yet. It was wild back then. But yeah, knew when I was obviously a pretty good high-level wrestler, and MMA was big in Ohio, but the Mark Colemans, the Kevin Randlemans, those guys were all doing really well. It's like, I think I can do this. So that's what got me started.
What's been some of the great achievements, and not necessarily winning or losing, but you know, the opportunities you've had and all that stuff in your career?
Man, that's a great question. I've had opportunity-wise, I think I'm pretty lucky that I've got to fight, I think, 3 times internationally. So I fought in Abu Dhabi, something that most people have never even been to. I got to fight in Brazil. I fought in Canada. So the sport's taking me all over the world, man. I'm really thankful for that. Probably my proudest moment was, I think it all came to fruition when I won my first world title for bare-knuckle boxing at BKFC. It's like, you know, it's a proud moment for me. It says on the microphone, it said, I just told my kids, Daddy did it. You know what I mean? I chased this damn dream for so long. Winning that world title was a moment I'll never forget.
What do you think is the most important thing that wrestling teaches to a kid?
Mental toughness, right? Like the accountability, mental toughness, right? There's no teammates out there to win or lose it for you. You're out there on the mat by yourself, man. It's a tough spot, and you win and you lose, it's based on you, right? There's no one to give excuses or point the blame to. Wrestling's as real as it get, man. 2 men go on the mat, shake their hands, and one's gonna get their hand raised and one's not.
So, I've always wondered this, and I've never asked you, but how is it to come from what you've done to watching your own kid wrestle? How does that play? How does that go in your head and in your heart?
It's really tough coaching your own kids. I'll say that much. That's the toughest thing I've ever went through. But no, dude, it was my life, and I try to just, you know, give whether they're my kids or my club kids, I just try to give them the same opportunity, give them the things that wrestling will give you in your life is you're not going to find it anywhere else in youth sports. So I'm just super, thankful for the sport and thankful that I get to pass it along to the next generation for sure.
So you coming from outside of the state of Texas, what do you see in Texas, and what are the differences a couple years ago to where we're now? What do you see Texas doing? That's
a great question. I moved here 18 years ago, and my joke was my son, who's 19 now, was 6 months old, and I said, we're moving back. There's no wrestling here. In the 18 years that I've been in Texas, man, I've watched it blow up, and it's super impressive. Like, we'll be a top 10, top 15 state here in the next 5 years, I think. Like, Texas wrestling's on the come up.
That's amazing. What about this tournament? You've been coming here for a long time. I remember our kids wrestling.
Yep.
They're a little bitty. What do you think from what it was to what it is now?
This is my favorite. I don't know if I said that earlier, but this is my favorite tournament in Texas. I think that Amarillo, the West Texas region, does it right. I think they got the most roots with wrestling. They got the best refs, the guys who actually grew up wrestling. And then you come here and you get those hammers from Colorado and New Mexico and all that. So I tell all my parents, Amarillo is my favorite tournament in Texas. I'm lucky that I have an assistant coach that's born and raised here, wrestled for Results, Sean Bonner. So this is home for him. He's happy to always come back. So we're always happy to come to Amarillo.
That's amazing. Actually, I was talking to Sam, and he was like, "Yeah," because I told him I wanted to interview you, and he was like, "Yeah, he stole our coach. He's coaching a little with them."
And Sean's amazing. Like a West Texas kid, born and raised in that Results wrestling room, and maybe not the greatest competitor as a high school, college wrestler, but like knowledge-wise and passing information down to kids, like I couldn't ask for a better guy, dude. Sean Bonner is legit. Like,
that's amazing, man. That's amazing. What do you? How do you? You know that wrestling is so hard. It's such a hard sport. What do you tell the kids that want to wrestle or are afraid of wrestling because it's hard, because you're out there by yourself, because you're wearing a singlet? How do we break through those kids and have them come try this sport?
That's the hardest part, man. Is you got to get them in here, right? And you got to try to make them fall in love with it, which is hard because I'm thankful that we have the rookie novice divisions here. So you give those kids hopefully a year or two to hopefully get their feet wet and get some wins. Because if they didn't have that, it'd be really tough. But no, I mean, I just try to build into them like this is a lifelong process, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. We're not going to be good our first year. You guys got to stick with it. You're a nail for a little bit, right? Till you ever get to be the hammer, you got to take your whoopings. But it's just part of the process. We've all done it.
You know, everybody that I've talked to so far has talked about, you know, the parents being over with their kids, like yelling. And I'll tell you a little story. I've never told you, obviously, but the first time that I realized that, we were coaching in the same at the state tournament, and of course I was hooping and hollering, acting a fool, like I'm embarrassed to say now. But I looked at you and I just found out who you were, and I'm like, wait, that guy over there, he's a fighter, and he's like the calmest dude in the gym. How do you hold it together?
That makes me feel good because I don't know if any of my parents would agree with that. I think I'm pretty emotional, passionate about it. I obviously lose my calm too, but I think just being around the sport and like literally my entire life is just, you know, I tell these kids, like, falling apart doesn't help you, right? That's the biggest thing, is keeping your emotions in check. Give yourself a chance to win in that third period. And yeah, but I appreciate you telling me I'm the calm one. That made me feel good. So.
No, really, but Coach, thank you for making the trip up here to Penn Nationals. It's amazing to see somebody at your level, your caliber, your achievements give back to the sport. Thank you from everybody in Texas.
My pleasure, brother.
And
Always
we're
good.
lucky to have